Hey, we're Tanya and Dave, and we have been living in our camper van named Desert Snow with our furry companions, Brady and Bailey. Woo! Let's face it, the YouTube perfect van or RV life on the road isn't always sunshine and pickles, y'all. And I love me some pickles. So today we are rolling back the curtain and we're confessing 11 very embarrassing truths I'm sure we can all relate to, but no one admits. Well, we are.
Whew. It's actually getting kind of chilly in here. Let's go inside.
That is much better. So, buckle up. Grab yourself a coffee or a cocktail. I mean, no judgment here. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. And get ready to laugh or cry along with us. Oh, and please don't judge us. At least not too much. Let's get into it. So we are about to go where no one has gone before. Well, I have never gone before. Are you ready for this?
I hope so. Where are we going?
Well, I know you went there before. Number 1, toilet waste emptying disaster! You.
Oh boy. So I guess I'm up first, huh?
That's right. It's all you, baby.
Okay.
All you.
And we're talking black tanks and emptying black tanks, which is never a fun thing.
No,
Right? There's definitely some embarrassing things that happen that a lot of folks don't talk about.
Yeah.
Right? And actually, we haven't really mentioned it too much before.
But I can
Right?
smell it.
Yeah, but
Ooh, good Lord.
but of course in Desert Snow we have a cassette toilet, which has its own issues for sure. We've had issues with that, but fortunately not any kind of massive blowout when it comes to that. But we recently rented actually a Class C RV, and gotta say we had just a massive black tank issue when we actually went to empty. Well, I should say we. I'm saying me. All right, so we went outside, and just full disclosure here, I went outside and I didn't realize that the lever was actually stuck halfway in open position.
It wouldn't move.
Right, yeah, it wouldn't move, and I just, for some reason, I didn't realize, oh my God, that meant it was open.
Where was
in the
Tanya?
sense. Yeah, we were excited.
Freshening up.
Yeah, she was freshening
Getting ready
up.
for the journey.
My town is freshening up. So I'm out there trying to empty this black tank. And so not thinking, I actually, and of course, I'm not sure what else I could have, but I opened up the actual valve, you know, the pipe valve at the end to hook up our tube that would go to the actual waste area. And once I opened that up, the black tank nasty flow just came flying out and it went all over me.
So Dave had a different kind of freshen up.
It was really bad.
Nasty.
It was so bad.
Next up, peeing in an empty plastic bottle.
Okay, now this one definitely relates more to the van lifers out there.
Oh yeah.
Right? And I am definitely guilty as charged.
Yeah, well, you gotta tell him this story.
Right.
This is another gross one.
This is another example. Desert Snow was actually in the shop getting collision repairs done, and we rented a small 4x4 Sprinter van, which did not have a toilet inside that. It had like a little foldable, like a portable thing you took out and you put, it sat
it was foldable.
in a plastic bag or something.
Exactly.
Right. So overnight,
Oof.
right, instead of actually sliding the door open, I peed in an empty Gatorade plastic bottle.
Well, when you're on the road, if you're in traffic or things like that, sometimes you don't have a place
Yeah.
to go. So the only place you can go is either on yourself or in a bottle. So I think he chose a plastic
Right.
bottle.
Does anyone else do that? Please let us know in the comments. But yeah, and there was a little bit of a mishap too. I wasn't perfect.
He had.
You know, trying to do that in the dark of the night can be a little difficult sometimes.
It was not a good aim, y'all. It wasn't a good aim.
No.
And it wasn't pretty. The no makeup look. Let me first and foremost say, ladies, you are beautiful just the way you are. And I will tell you this. It is kind of embarrassing to say this, but on a daily basis, most RVers and van lifers, well, I can't speak for most, but for moi, I am not putting on makeup. I am heading out and just being a part of the day. But you see on YouTube, you see on Instagram, you know, for that perfect look or for that perfect picture, that is not how they look on a daily basis. And if they look like that on a daily basis, well, kudos to you for putting in all that hard work. Because I'm just telling you, glam is glam.
Come on, baby. You look great even without makeup.
Oh, thank you.
That's why I married him. Van hair phenomenon.
Yes, I'll tell you.
Between our life as full-time influencers, as well as in this camper van and in whatever space we're in or organizing dinner, there's a lot of things that goes on in here. So for me, it's all about the protective styles and my head wraps. I love them. I don't care what you say. When you see it not on, you know it's a fancy event. When you see them on, it's day to day.
Yeah. And for me, well, I'm wearing caps all the time.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's because I have, bed head like all day.
Oh my gosh.
Or we call it van head.
Yeah, oh my god, and it's the funniest thing. So there's a friend of ours, and the wives, we will take pictures of their bed heads to see who has the worst bed head in the morning. And sometimes Dave's win, and sometimes Aaron wins. And it's
No,
just
I'm
the
taking home the
funniest
championship.
thing.
What do you mean? He doesn't never win. I take home the championship. What are you talking about?
Oh my gosh. Our home on wheels is always broken. I mean, I feel like it's basically RV maintenance anxiety. It's a lot of fun. Don't get me wrong. Being able to take your home on wheels and go wherever you want to go. But there's also a lot of anxiety that not a lot of people talk about.
Yeah, no, it's very true. You're basically taking your home over all these, like, say, bumpy, and we do a lot of bumpy roads, off-road stuff. So we're taking our home across bumpy roads, everything's shaking and rattling.
Hold it steady.
Right.
Get the screwdriver.
Right. Our pipes and the connections are loosening them up and all this kind of crazy stuff. So we can't think of a time really when everything has worked in our camper van. So our house is always broken in some way. Just full admission.
And so far for us, one of our biggest anxieties outside of it, if you've been following us for a little while now, you know since we took ownership of Desert Snow, we've had heat issues, warnings, and things coming up. And we do a lot of winter camping, so we're always cognizant of that. But in recent events, I feel we have just been overwhelmed with the leak monster.
Oh my God.
Right?
Oh yeah, it's come to the point where we're waiting for the next, like, where's the next water leak gonna be? We had like over 5 water leaks recently, right? And they're hard to get to. That's part of the challenge. Like, trying to get to, like, where's the water leak and where's it coming from? There's nothing worse than kind of hearing the sound of your water pump go on
when it's not supposed to.
When you haven't, you're like, we think that, or getting up in the morning and going outside and you see like a puddle of water out there.
Never-ending cleaning. Boys will be boys. Now, I am sure this is, whether you have a 40-foot rig or you're in a 23-foot space like we are, it is never-ending cleaning. Incorporate pets, incorporate hiking gear, and if you do a lot of things like we do, where we are out there in like the desert or the mud, things get tracked in, cat litter gets in certain places. So it's always a constant cleaning for Ms. Tanya. So I know, like, for a fact, like, and if you're not on top of that, for us, the kitty litter will transfer from the litter box and into my bed. It's like a natural back scratch, and I don't like it. Plus, because we do a lot of winter camping as well, a lot of times we bring a lot of clothes. And I have really, really tried to do things like the military fold and roll and stuff them in the closet to get things organized. But sometimes you just can't do that, so it just ends up everywhere, right?
Oh yeah, no, and I'm guilty big time of that. I have a tendency not to do that roll. I may have them rolled at some point, but then they're out everywhere.
Yeah.
Right, so I'm definitely guilty as charged on that one.
Your wardrobe becomes clothes you can basically sleep in. Gone are the days of meticulous curated outfits. I mean, living in a van and an RV, you basically bring what you can fit. You might mix and match different things, but it gets very comfortable very quick, right?
Yeah, no, that's absolutely true. It's like layers, comfortable, everything that fits the need, and kind of multi-use clothes.
Oh yeah.
But I will say,
yes,
right, if you do have, say, like business calls you need to take on occasion, or you have that kind of special dinner, you have like 1 or 2 outfits. You know what I mean? So you end up wearing like the same shirt on that business call you have, or the same, you know what I mean, over and over again.
You just gotta mix and match.
Yes.
And one thing I will tell you, I love getting Dave like these convertible pants, and it allows him to go from, you know, winter, you can zip out the inner layer, to spring, to shorts, and a lot of pockets. So it comes a multi-use outfit, and it becomes to the point where I hate to say this, he's wore them so much it's time for some new ones.
Oh my God. Shredded. I have shredded more of those pants. That's an embarrassing truth right there. I shred a lot of my pants because I wear them over and over again.
And so today he's in comfy sweatpants. Give him a turn. Give him a quick turn.
Quick turn?
Just up. There it is.
There it is.
Comfy.
Very comfy.
Sweatpants.
Living the life.
Washing your clothes in the sink. Now, this doesn't pertain to those big RVs out there, right?
Well, yeah, if you have your own washer dryer, it definitely doesn't pertain to you.
No,
but
it does not. But if you're in a small camper van like ours, or living the van life, a lot of times your sink becomes a multi-purpose sink. I'm talking washing socks, washing underwears, washing bras, washing your face, and sometimes even washing your hair.
Exactly. Like you said, it covers everything.
Parking overnight panic. This is kind of embarrassing because for me, it also comes down to preparation and being prepared and having backup plans. So for instance, I was heading out to Valley of Fire. This is a while ago when we were testing the heat out before heading off into the winter. And I left kind of late and I went to Valley of Fire. And if you're familiar with Valley of Fire, before the reservation system took place, it was kind of a first come, first served basis. And so I got there and I'm thinking, okay, I got a spot. I'm ready to go. You're driving down these dark roads. And next thing you know, there wasn't one available spot for moi. And I was like, okay, what am I going to do? So I just went up to the host door. I knocked on the host door and he told me there's nothing he can do. Go back to this like creepy RV trucks you can park there until the next day, and it was embarrassing.
But you did an amazing job though. I mean, I gotta give Tanya a thumbs up for that, because that was like just unforeseen. So I remember when you said that, like no place, like oh my god, I couldn't believe it. And of course, another point where this really comes into play is if you're trying to find a place to overnight in, say, a city type environment, or a town that has, say, ordinances against parking overnight.
Yes.
I mean, I remember we were kind of going through Vail. It's not a big city, but every place we went, it said no parking overnight, no parking overnight, no parking overnight. We were trying to find a place to stay. We're just driving everywhere, and it is embarrassing. We eventually found a place, but it took a long time.
Next up, the smell test and washing clothes. Speaking of wardrobe, well, that inevitably leads us to wearing the same clothes over and over, right?
No, that is very true, especially for me.
Yeah.
But I rewear my shirts over again quite a bit. And it's true. We do the smell test, guilty as charged, and it's like, this one has definitely quite a few more uses in it. It still smells very fresh.
And it's also because we live in a smaller RV. We don't have the onboard washer. Also because of our lifestyle and what we do, it's hard to keep up with laundry. So sometimes the laundry can pile up, which is why we tend to generate multiple uses
Out of our clothing items.
And it also depends on what we're doing. If we're off hiking a lot and it's getting really dirty or sweaty, well, the laundry accumulates quickly and we decide to do laundry, whether it's washing those socks in the sink, underwear in the sink. But it really does. Sometimes I feel like we've packed too much because we're wearing the same clothes over and over.
Yes.
So embarrassing. But I know you do it too. Showering is now a luxury.
This is very true. Given the limited water supply in vans and really the challenge of just showering in a small space, we definitely do not shower every day.
No.
I think you gotta say, like, we've embraced the no shower,
no problem philosophy, especially when boondocking. Now, we are a little bit spoiled in a small RV by having a 50-gallon freshwater tank. But I will tell you this, we do a lot of boondocking. So if we're at a spot for a couple of weeks, per se, then it becomes really, we have to be focused in terms of how much water consumption we use. And so baby wipes become our best friend. I'm talking, I have cocoa butter, lavender scented, and for Dave, he doesn't like any scented at all. So, when you get that extra baby wipe,
I didn't know I had all these different scented baby wipes. Is that right?
That is the most important thing to bring, especially since I don't bring makeup.
I gotta pay more attention.
I know, you might be thinking, well, Tanya, you need to shape those legs. How do you do all that? Well, sometimes things happen. You're out boondocking, you want to conserve water, and it's, welcome to the jungle. We got what you need. No, I do what I have to do. Fortunately, I don't have rapid hair growth on my legs, so I'm good to go. But I definitely will. I'm in sweatpants and I'm comfortable, so sometimes it gets a little stubbly. And that's just the way it is. But on those special nights, adult nights,
oh yeah, baby,
I will definitely get things ready.
Now, if you have any embarrassing truths about living in an RV or a camper van that you're willing to share, please let us know in the comments below. We would love to hear about them.
Absolutely, sure way. I would love to read those. And one last thing. If you want to know 9 huge lies living in a camper van that no one talks about, well, click that video right here. Right after you subscribe notification bell, hit that as well, and then click that video right here. Well, wait a second. All right, y'all, and we'll see you in the next one.